The way I feel about you, ain't no doubt about it. Way I feel about you. What up? What up? Shout out to everybody, man. Welcome, people. Good morning. Welcome. Come have some coffee with your boy, man. We're gonna chop it up. I got a couple things on my chest hairs, man. So strap on your seatbelt, ladies and gentlemen. Strap on your seatbelt and follow me. Follow me on this journey through my mind. I got some things to say. Where do I want to start? You know, I never really got too deep into the alpha male, beta male thing online. You know, I've gave my input on it. You know, I've used the terminology, you know, from time to time, but I never dedicated my channel to men becoming alpha males and things of that nature, or because, you know, everybody pretty much got a different definition of what an alpha male is, and particularly online, it was just relegated to women from what I seen. You know, it was mainly talking about men dealing with women. It never was really centered around men being leaders of other men. You know what I mean? Shit like that. It was about who the women liked, who the women didn't like. You know, so if the women liked you, you're an alpha. The women didn't like you, you're a beta. All right, I get it. I got it. But for me, I never dedicated my channel strictly to that because I was like, well, you know, that got to be flushed out properly. Just because a woman will give you some pussy don't mean she respects you, dog. You know what I mean? You could just come at the right place at the right time. You know what I mean? A lot of women want to entertain themselves. We already know that. But that it doesn't mean that they respect the man. It doesn't even mean that they got love for you or they even really like you like that. You know what I mean? She just might want some dick. Pause. So I never really got into that real hardcore. You know what I mean? If you look at society, man, there's a lot of fake alpha maleness going on and it's not being talked about. So, you know, rest in peace to the students and the teachers that just passed away. You know what I mean? In that senseless shooting, right? A few days ago. And my thing is this. Reading the reports, looking at the news reports of certain things. The police showed up on the scene, right? They had on all their tactical gear. They looked the part of being alpha males. They had their weapons, high-powered rifles, but they didn't run up in the school and stop the shooter. When the police showed up to the scene, it was 14 students that was tragically gunned down. Rest in peace. And by the time the police went up in there, it was 19. So the police had an opportunity, you know, the SWAT team and all that, they had an opportunity to intervene. But because of cowardness, they looked the part of being alpha men, but because of cowardness, they didn't run up in that building and save more children, and save more teachers and women and stuff like that. You know, y'all hit that like button for me. So for me, I have a problem with that because a lot of people look the part of an alpha male, but they don't have the heart of an alpha male when shit get real. And I've seen this a lot, especially in my military days, man. I've seen a lot of dudes that looked the part, and then when we got to the war zone, they was crying like little bitches. You know what I mean? And a lot of times it be the guys that you least suspect that's gonna jump on that 50 cal and put in work. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being 100, man. So for me, I'm like, dog, I've been seeing this for a long time. A lot of dudes talk the part, they look the part. You know what I mean? When they talk, they sound like McGruff. All that shit. You know what I'm saying? they can wear it on them. But when it's time to get on that 50 cal, when it's time to grab those rifles and go be men, I'm talking about detached from women. Because whether y'all know or care or not, whether women are around, men are expected to be men. You know what I mean? The fate of a society, the safety, the security of a society is placed on the shoulders of men. You know, and you don't have to be a soldier or firefighter or work on a SWAT team or nothing like that. If you are on a scene and you got a pocket knife on you, you know what I mean? If that's all you got, you expected to put in work. Why? To save the innocent. You know, children, women, people that ain't got nothing to do with the smoke. You know what I'm saying? Why you think these cowards attack elderly people, children, women? You know what I mean? Honestly, why do you think they do this type of shit? Because they understand that if it's a room full of men, at least a few of those men gonna step up and show their heart and put their life on the line. Not all the men, but there are gonna be some men that's gonna put their life on the line. So, you know, they attack the weakest of us, you know, elderly, women, and children. You know what I mean? So I never really got too deep into that. That's why I say, man, you know what I mean? Fake alpha males always get exposed. The police that was on the scene in Texas, that showed up to the school, they could have intervened a lot earlier. They wouldn't have been able to save all the children, but they would have saved some. And they didn't, because they was cowards, period. You know what I'm saying? Because they was cowards. It just is what it is. You know, I've been in war zones. You don't have to wait on orders all the time to go save a life. You know how many dudes I know got into trouble because they bust their gun? You know how many dudes I know got into real trouble because they didn't follow orders? But then when it came out on the back end, they were heroes? Because a real man not going to wait for another man to tell him to go save a life. You know what I mean? So y'all follow me. So for me, being an alpha male is a lot more than just getting a bunch of pussy. You know what I'm saying? Truth be told. Truth be told, man. Like, who truly gives a fuck? As a man, you got to deal with men first. You know what I mean? You got to be put in position by men. You got to be a leader of men. You got to know how to navigate the world of men first. And then you'll be able to easily navigate the world of women. Matter of fact, women have a lot more respect for you when other men got respect for you, when other men got admiration for you, when other men don't mind falling in line and taking orders because you're a competent leader. You know what I'm saying? And it's not all about poking your chest out and trying to always put somebody in a place. A lot of times you got to lead by example, dog. Sometimes you don't even have to say anything. You just lead by your lifestyle. You just lead by example. If one of your neighbors see you getting up at 5 in the morning every day and go running a few miles, they might look like, damn, he look good, he's healthy. I think I'm gonna go run with him. He never invited you to go run, but you just might say, fuck it. You know what I mean? I just want to be like that guy. Sometimes you just gotta lead by example, man. This stuff ain't hard. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, online, when it comes to these women and shit, they painted out alpha males to be some kind of, you know, prick, dickhead type of guy that's just getting a bunch of pussy and having his way and damn near being irresponsible with a lot of his movements. And I'm like, nah, that's not really the case to me. You know what I'm saying? That's not how it should be. You dig? An alpha male should always be in control of himself first. You know what I'm saying? So for me, you know, I just didn't put a lot of stock into that. I'm like, all right, I get it. You know, I'm not opposed to it, but for me, it's a lot more that make up an alpha male than just getting pussy, dog. You dig? Y'all hit that like button for me, please. And that's just how I feel about it. I know other people may disagree, but fair enough, man. You know what I mean? We all have our opinions on things. And that's just what it is. You know, but moving on from that, A lot of people want to talk about, gun control. I had a couple people in the comment section of my last video was like, "Oh, Boogie, I disagree with you. I was rocking with you till you talked about gun control." Well, if we don't have man control, then we're going to need gun control. If we have a mental health and drug crisis, as we know we do in this country, right? And this goes for women and men. We have a serious mental health crisis, and we have a serious drug epidemic, like pretty much we always have. But it's worse now because it's trickling down to these young children. Then we losing control of man. So that means, in my book, we're going to need more control over the guns. I agree with people. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. But if your people are malfunctioning, if your people are mentally ill, if your people are on drugs, if your people are not chemically balanced, and most of this shit is undiagnosed. Why? Because a lot of people don't go to a doctor. A lot of people still think mental health awareness is taboo. You know what I mean? And you got some states with these loose gun laws, like Texas, like Georgia, where, they so loose where you can be chemically imbalanced and still go pick up a high-powered rifle. You know what I mean? I have an issue with that. Me personally, I have an issue with that. You dig? I'm just gonna be 100. Even when I was in the military, we trained with weapons, from basic training to every day I was in. We trained with weapons. It still was a percentage of idiots with a rifle in their hand, and they did stupid shit. So, again, if man is not under control, then you're going to need to put the weapons under control. That's my view on it. You don't have to agree. You don't have to agree. You know what I mean? You don't have to. But I still think at some point something has to be done, because a lot of these senseless shootings are getting very out of control. But most people don't care until something happens to them or their family or something like that. Then all of a sudden they want to look at things, a lot more closer than they looked at it before. And it's all good. So you need man control. And in this society, a lot of men has lost control. A lot of men have lost control. And back to the alpha male thing, I never wanted to be the guy that was like, oh, always fuck a bitch, this, that, and the third, fuck these hoes. I'm like, look, I've been hurt by women. You know what I'm saying? I'm not afraid to talk about it. I've been in love quite a few times. And I've been broke down by women, but it made me stronger. I never was too cool to even say that. The first time I went to Iraq, dog, I called myself being in a relationship with my girlfriend at the time. I should have broke up with the girl. You never go to jail or you never go overseas while you got a girlfriend at home. But I did anyway. I ain't know no better. I was 18 years old. You know what I mean? And I couldn't focus on the war because I was focused on her. What is she doing? Oh, I wonder if she went to the club tonight. Is she fucking somebody? She sucking somebody's dick. My mind was other places, and I wasn't focused on the mission the way I should have. And I regret that. And about, 5 months into it, I broke up with her, and I was able to focus on the mission a lot better. And, I used to be looking on her Facebook and trying to, just doing all type of shit. Trying to figure out what she was doing while I was serving my country. You never do no shit like that. But I'm not too hard to say that I was broken by women. And that's what made me stronger. I never wanted to be one of the guys that was always like, oh, fuck a bitch, da-da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, dog, there's something wrong with you emotionally if you speak like that. I'm just being 100. If that's all you have to say about life, there is something wrong with you emotionally. You're stuck somewhere. Because you should be able to articulate yourself in a manner that humans and adults and men, we can go back and forth and have a real conversation. A lot of men are stuck. You know what I mean? And that's all they can say out their mouth. But really, deep on the inside, they've been very, very hurt by women. You know what I mean? And it don't always have to be romantic. It could be women, family members, your mom, your sisters, whatever, grandma. A lot of dudes are fucked up. You know what I'm saying? A lot of dudes are fucked up. A lot of dudes are, a little pimple, man. A lot of dudes are hurt by women and shit. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's how you gonna deal with it. You know what I'm saying? You gonna spend the rest of your days going to war with women, or you gonna face the fact that you've been hurt? But it's your job to fix that hurt. See, Boogie can sit here with a straight face and say, yo, man, I was broken by a woman before. And you know what? I went right back to that same woman. You know what I mean? Shit was like crack. Dysfunctional relationships. I used to think that shit was normal. We'll argue all day. We'll fight. We'll fuck. Wake up, do it again. Say shit to hurt each other's feelings. Destroy each other's self-esteem. Wake up, do it again. I used to think that type of shit was normal. You know what I mean? Real talk. And then I grew up and I realized that's not normal. It's dysfunction, man. It's dysfunction. So for me, you dig, I never wanted to be one of the guys that couldn't express my feelings towards things. You know what I mean? Sometimes I might keep it cool, like, fuck that, man, move on. But other times I know you got to get it off your chest. Because if you let that shit sit in your spirit, that shit can destroy you, dog. You know what I mean? I know the kind of power women hold over men. I see it all the time. I see it in real life. I've seen it in the clubs. I've seen it in the strip clubs. I've seen what men do for pussy. I've had close friends stab me in my back over pussy. I've seen the text messages. I've seen close friends that I thought was my niggas double-cross me over some pussy. Now, you would have thought the loyalty, the respect, you would have thought the camaraderie and the brotherhood was stronger than that, but it's not, dog. I'm here to tell you it's not. I hate to bust y'all bubble. Your very best friend, your ace boon coon, will throw a dagger in your back for a woman with a fat ass. And that's just the way it is. And women know that. Women seeing the grimy shit niggas been doing for years. Why you think a lot of women losing respect for men as a group? Women see these married men out here acting a damn fool, throwing their families under the bus for some pussy. Women see all this at a very early age. They probably seen it with their own dads and shit. Women see these men tricking off every day and spending their rent money just to taste the pussy and all type of shit. You know what I mean? So for me, there is a code of conduct that need to be had amongst men. Like first, before you even get to the women, you got to straighten out the men. You need man control. Without man control, your society is doomed. It's fucked up. It's fucking done. You know what I mean? Shout out to HB. He said you could be a bigger YouTuber, but you never sell out. I mean, I don't want to be a bigger YouTuber. You know what I mean? I think I had a little period of time where my channel was performing well, but I started fucking with the self-improvement shit. I started doing mirror talk. You know what I mean? I wanted to work my own lane. I wanted to blaze my own trail. So for me, I appreciate the gesture, but it wasn't meant for me to have 1 million subscribers. I realized who I am. I'm walking in my power now. So I don't even have to be that careful. I can wake up and say whatever's on my mind because I'm not in bondage by what people want me to say. And I'm happy. You can see it on my face. You know what I'm saying? This is my happy face, y'all. But I'm just keeping it real. I can wake up and do a live stream for men that's going through emotional times. And we can, you know, purge our hearts together as men. We can even cry together if we need to be. I'm not too hard for that. You know what I mean? I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm one of the only YouTubers that's out in the streets. As far as the self-improvement summits and all that. You're not going to find another YouTuber that's more approachable. You know what I'm saying? That's more approachable than me. You dig? I'm just being 100. You're not going to find enough because, I mean, I am who I am, dog. You know what I'm saying? What I'm not, I'll never be. Period. Anything that I'm not is just not who I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna let nobody hold me prisoner to something that I'm not. You know what I mean? Nobody gonna make me feel bad. You dig? You see a lot of these niggas in real life. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you niggas would be disappointed. Real talk. You got niggas online talking about they alpha males. These niggas are like 5'6". And there's no disrespect to height, but I'm like, damn, y'all play a big role online. You know what I'm saying? In real life, man, you niggas sitting on phone books and shit. Like, what's up with that? Niggas literally be online lying about their height. This is true. Niggas literally be lying about their height. Not that it matters, but it's odd to me. Niggas are literally lying about their height. I'm like, this is insanity, dog. But anyway, fuck all that. Back to the topic and shit. You know what I mean? I never wanted to be too hard to express myself, man. And it took a long time in my life for me to get better at communication. You know, and I'm still learning every day. I'm teaching myself new things. My communication used to be horrible. I used to have really bad anger issues, man. You know how many jobs, good jobs I've lost based on my anger? There were times I went to work and just slapped the shit out people, dog. I done got into fights at the motor pool, all kind of shit, because I couldn't control myself. I had to do some real soul searching, dog, and figure out why I was angry. And it wasn't about women, you know? For me, that wasn't the source of my anger. That wasn't my sponsored thought. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when a person goes through a certain emotion and the first thing that comes to your mind is called a sponsored thought. It's called a sponsored thought. So that wasn't the source of my anger, dog. The source of my anger was something different that, you know, I'm not even gonna speak on, but I had to deal with that. You know, I had to deal with it the right way. I had to keep it real with myself, Jones. You know what I'm saying? I never wanted to be too hard where I couldn't come online and say, man, I love women. I mean, I really, really love women. You know what I mean? I don't love every woman individually. I mean, I love the thought of women. I love the smell of women. You know, when I'm in the gym, I like when women are around me. I don't give a fuck if they chunky, if they skinny, if they thick, if they curvy. I like the essence of a woman that knows she a woman. You know what I mean? And like a lot of women these days, they don't even know their power and the feminine energy. When the feminine and the masculine energy comes together, that's the closest thing to God. You know what I mean? That's the closest thing to God. You dig? Real talk. Real talk. They say the right side of your body is masculine, the left side of your body is feminine. You know what I'm saying? You got feminine energy and you got masculine energy. It has to come together to be powerful. And a lot of that alpha male shit be like, oh, fuck a bitch. I want to live isolated. I want to live in monk mode. I don't want to live like that, Jones. I've lived in isolation before. I hated it. Don't get me wrong. I like my space. I like to do things alone from time to time. But I'm talking about 24/7. I don't want to live like that. Y'all can have that. That ain't even what I'm mad at. No. I like to go to restaurants with women. You know what I mean? Well, I'm talking about women that know how to order from the menu. Yo, man, that's like a real pet peeve of mine when, like you know how you go out to eat with a woman and she order everything that's not on the menu. She trying to pick something from the first page and put it with this and that. And then the waitress be like, damn, here we go. You one of them. Like, I can't stand. That's one of my real pet peeves in life, is when a woman cannot stick to the fucking menu at a restaurant. For real. But it just is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? And women always get a to-go box. Y'all notice that too, right? Real shit. Why anytime you go out to eat with a woman, it could be a little piece of burger and a piece of salad left and some breadsticks, they gonna get a to-go box. I'm like, what do y'all do with this food? Do y'all use it as catnip or something? I never truly understood that with women and shit. Why y'all always gotta get a to-go box and shit? But I hate when they order chicken tenders. Man, women kill me at restaurants, man. I ain't capping, man. Women kill me with this shit. Because women will literally go out to a restaurant with an attitude. I'm almost just done with a lot of women in restaurants, man. Real talk. I'm almost just done with this shit because I'm like, you know what? Take a woman on a picnic where she ain't got no fucking choice but to eat what you brought. That's about to be the new move, fellas. Take the girl on a goddamn picnic, my nigga. Because real talk, dog, if you taking a woman to a restaurant, they get attitudes because the restaurant don't have certain shit. I'm like, what the fuck? How you gonna get mad at the waitress? She don't create the damn menu? Or they didn't make the food the way I wanted it to? I'm like, look, I ain't got time for this shit, man. That's like a real pet peeve of mine, man. It's like, girl, your ass be eating ramen noodles all week and you know, chicken salad all fucking week and tuna fish. You finally get to a restaurant and act like you too good for the food and shit. Your ass be eating a pot of leftover spaghetti all fucking week. Real talk, this shit kill me with women, man. You know what I mean? Your ass been hungry all week talking about you water fasting. Then all of a sudden we get to the restaurant, you act like you too good to eat the chicken Caesar salad and shit. Because they ain't make it the way you wanted it. I'm like, you ain't paying for this shit anyway. This shit crazy, dog. Start taking women on a goddamn picnic, man. That way they ain't got no damn... Yo, women kill... Yo, I can't stand that picky eating shit. I'm like, yo, this is the price you pay when you go to a restaurant. Now, when you cook the food yourself, if you know how to cook, you get it exactly the way you want to. When I go to a restaurant, I already know what I want. Pretty much. For the most part. I want a piece of steak or some chicken. It ain't even that serious to me. Every now and then I'll get something new off the menu. But before I walk into a restaurant, I know what I want. I don't even look at the menu a lot of times because I keep it simple. Let me get a steak, well done, a Caesar salad, and some asparagus tips. And let me get a glass of Moscato and some water. It's that simple. 95% of restaurants, you can get that. Now, is the steak going to be good? That's a different story. Or you get some chicken. You know what I mean? You go to a seafood restaurant, you know what I mean? You get some good fish. It's not that hard, people. But you go out with a woman, boy, that menu is like the Bible. Man, women will read the menu at a restaurant longer than they read the fucking Bible. What's going on? What's going on, new fat? Real talk. Women will meticulously read the fucking menu at a restaurant more than they would read the fucking Bible. I'm telling you, man, women kill me with this shit, man. You're like, you know, what the hell? I never seen you read a book a day in your life, but all of a sudden you want to get up in this menu and act brand new and shit. So, you know, that's a real pet peeve of mine, dog. For real, man. I done ghosted some women. Like, didn't even call them back after certain dates, man. Like, if I see the shit coming, like, oh, you one of them picky bitches. Nah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. Because I'm like, look, it ain't even that serious, dog. Women kill me, man. They always want to order some shit that's not on the menu. Well, can I talk to the chef? Or, oh, what the hell? It doesn't say nothing on the menu about create your own dish. But they want to create some shit. But then when you finally taste their cooking, when you finally taste their food, it's horrible. They don't know how to season shit. It's bland. The meat is cheap as hell. You like, damn, the way you acted at the restaurant, I would have thought that you was Anthony Bourdain in the kitchen. Real talk. And that fucks me up, man. Like, they get to a restaurant with you, they act brand fucking new, but when they home cooking, they just whip up some shit real quick and just put it on the plate. The plate don't even be colorful. I'm like, man, y'all women are a fucking trip these days, man. But anyway, moving on, I just wanted to touch on that. You know what I mean? That shit, I got like PTSD at restaurants with women and shit. You know what I mean? Sometimes I wake up out my sleep like, no, don't order from the third page. No, Boogie, no, I'm not ready. Because at the end of the day, dog, that shit is too much for a nigga, man. You like, yo, why can't you just order what's on the menu? I'm not trying to be here for 5 hours fucking around with you, picking through this damn food. And then if they don't like it, they want to send it back. Women want to get shit taken off the receipt. They don't want it no more. It's always some shit, man. Like, women need to go back to etiquette class, dog. I always talk about etiquette with men. Women need to go to etiquette class to know how to go on a date. Because a lot of women, they want to be taken out on dates. They want to be treated with respect. Y'all have to know how to be a good date, too. A lot of y'all women not good dates. Y'all are horrible dates. Horrible dates. And it don't even be an attitude problem with you per se. It's just the ambiance. It's just the vibe. You like, yo, man, why you just being so damn combative? Man, I've had waitresses in restaurants like wink at me like, thank you for being nice, because the girl that I was with was a bitch. You know what I mean? For real. Real talk. I done had waitresses like catch me coming out the bathroom like, thank you. Like, just give me the fucking head nod like, thank you for being nice to me. Because the girl you with is a straight bitch. And all I can do is concur like, yeah, I know. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Real talk. Real talk. I'm just being honest, man. Because this shit is ill, man. Like, women have to know how to be a good date. A lot of women don't know how to be a good date. Peace, baby, peace. But anyway, I just had to bring that up, man, because sometimes I think I'm the only one. Like, yo, am I the only dude that women go on dates and they always want to create their own menu at the restaurant? I just be wanting to get surveys done. Like, yo, am I the only one that peeped this shit? Or is it just me nitpicking this shit? Sometimes, you know, I got to make sure I ain't bugging. It could be me bugging and shit. I just got to make sure I ain't the one tripping and shit. Like, yo, am I the only nigga that truly noticed that a lot of women don't know how to be good dates? I mean, god damn. So for now on, fellas, we taking women on a picnic. That way, they can't be so damn picky. And it's embarrassing, ain't it? And that's the biggest thing. It's embarrassing, dog. When you take a woman out and she giving the waitress a hard time. That shit is embarrassing as fuck. You like, god damn. At least I want to act like I'm not from the hood tonight. Tonight, I want to forget that I'm from the hood, baby. Real talk. I got on my slacks. I got on my hard bottoms. I done took my shirt to the cleaners. I smell good. Tonight, I wanna mingle with the bougie people. And you done brought the wrong woman out the house. And she reminds you, oh, I'm from the projects. Because she got real project in that motherfucker. You know what I mean? That shit makes my fucking blood boil. You damn near gotta take a woman out on a practice date. Real talk. You damn near gotta take a woman out on a fucking practice date sometime. Just to make sure the real date goes smooth. Like, yo, let's FaceTime and do a date and see how this is gonna go. Because if we get to the restaurant and you acting up, I'm calling a fucking Uber. I just can't take it, man. I'm sorry. It's so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing, dog. You know what I'm saying? You damn near gotta do a play date over the Zoom. You dig? Real shit. Real shit. And then it don't even be like the hood chicks all the time. It be the fake bougie women with the degrees. I'm like, girl, I know you from the hood. I know you from the projects. Why you trying to act like something you're not? Like, you know what I'm saying? Why you trying to act like, you know what I mean? Like, just sit down. Have a seat. Order what's on the menu. Get you a drink and just chill. This shit is so embarrassing, dog. I mean, damn. Like, y'all gotta make a big deal everywhere y'all go. So anyway, back to this shit. So the masculine and feminine, man. I done got into that, but I just had a flashback like Vietnam. Like, oh my God, yo. You cannot take some of these women on dates. They will cut the fuck up at a restaurant, man. Like, they always want to order some shit that ain't on the menu. Next time you go out on a date, fellas, y'all gonna remember this live stream and start laughing like that nigga Boogie was right. I know I'm right. I've been on too many dates. I'm like, no, man. That's the first thing I look at, how she order her food from the menu. For real. That's the first thing I peep with a woman and shit. Okay, let me see how she order her food. Is she gonna pick what's on the menu, or does she need to go talk to the fucking chef and shit? You know what I mean? That shit is embarrassing, man. And I know restaurants supposed to accommodate you, but it's just too much. Like, even the waitresses be like, hold on, I'll be back. Let me go talk to my manager. They don't even know what to do. Anytime the waitress ain't got no goddamn answers, you're like, you're doing too much, baby girl. But see, my whole point about it all, here's my whole point about that shit, is when you finally taste a woman's real cooking, when she finally cook for you, they don't have that same energy. You know what I mean? For real. When they finally cook for you, they don't have the same standards. All of a sudden, it's whatever. All of a sudden, they don't mind the food being a little bit warm. I mean, a little bit cool. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, they don't mind not having the proper seasonings. All of a sudden, they don't mind buying the $8 steaks instead of the $16 steaks. All of a sudden, they don't mind when they finally cook for you and shit. You like, girl, bye. Fuck out of here. But the masculine and feminine got to come together. It's the closest thing to God you're going to find, right? So, you know, to me, a real alpha male is not intimidated by women. He's not scared of women. He doesn't dislike women. He understands women. So through his understanding, you don't have to get emotional. You know what I'm saying? You know, he know how to communicate with women. It's not always about trying to put somebody in a place and, oh, I need to go check this bitch. And I mean, there's something wrong with a lot of men emotionally. A lot of these niggas need therapy. You know what I'm saying? For real. I ain't lying. And I'm not even the best communicator in the world, but I done had too many women just thank me for my communication. Because a lot of women be talking to straight meatheads, man. They don't know how to communicate. You dig? And it's sad, man. You know what I mean? A lot of men still got something to prove. They don't want to use this. They want to use all aggression and all muscle. No, dog, you can't. What Jay-Z say? I stomp you fucking roaches with a sledgehammer or whatever. I kill you roaches with a sledgehammer. That's overkill. You got to know how much pressure to apply to every woman. Some women, you might scream at them, they'll start crying because they're that sensitive. Some women, you can scream on them, they're going to laugh at you. You know what I mean? It depends on the woman, dog. It's not just black and white. So your communication skills got to be universal. You could be in Tijuana, Mexico, and don't speak English. You could be in the Congo in Africa. You don't have to speak their language, you know what I mean, per se, to be in sync with the women. You know what I mean? You can be in sync with women and don't even know the lingo. You know what I mean? I'm just being 100 and don't even know the fucking lingo. But masculine and feminine energy, when it comes together, that's where the power lies. You know what I mean? That's where the power is. And you can accomplish some great things when everything is in alignment. You know, there is a such thing as gender roles. I know a lot of women don't believe that shit, but it is. Because let me tell you something. When it's time for men to take action, like to run up into school and save some children or whatever, you don't see no women volunteering for that kind of work, do you? They always call on the men. So that's a gender role, right? That is a gender role. When it's time for your country to go to war, when it's a fire, when it's certain things, they call on the men, right? So why can't we call on the women for their gender roles? You dig? I'm talking about the real men that's not scared to put in work, not the men that's capping. I'm talking about the men that's about action, boss. You know what I mean? I'm talking about the men that's truly about action. I'm talking about when a man sees something is wrong and he steps up and put in work. You don't have to ask him to do it. He already get it done. He already know what to do. At least he's going to try. Because he's a man and he understands. My duty as a man is bigger than just getting my dick sucked or whatever. My duty as a man is to provide and protect and security. Just do the best I can in all facets, man. You know what I mean? A woman has to feel safe when she's with a man, period. A lot of women don't feel safe with a lot of men. And a lot of dudes, man, honestly, a big issue is, and I noticed this over time, I'm like, dog, if all you see women as sexual objects, you're gonna have a hard time getting women. Because it's gonna come out your heart. It's gonna be in your energy. You're gonna have that creepy, rapey vibe, like I talk about. You know what I'm saying? You should be able to have a conversation with a woman. You can recognize her beauty, you can recognize her body, but it ain't all this creepy ass energy. You ain't got your dick in your hand. You can just still keep it moving. You can take it or leave that shit. Because you're vibing with her on a higher vibration. You know what I'm saying? And that's going to separate you from the pack. You dig? But a lot of dudes, if you watch too much porn, if it's all pussy, that shit going to come out. It's going to give you very creepy energy. I'm just being 100, man. It's going to give you very creepy energy, man. You know what I mean? Unless the girl is equally as attracted, then that's a different story. You know what I mean? That's just a different story. But for me, I don't do all the magic tricks to try to get pussy. It's just, if a woman want to have sex with me, we'll have sex. If I want to have sex with her, and it's mutually agreed. But all these other little parlor tricks, all these reindeer games, I'm not down with all that shit, man. It's just not in my repertoire. I would consider myself just too cool for that shit. Truth be told, just too cool for the extras, man. I'm like, you know what? I'd rather go watch an old boxing documentary than negotiate with you about your own pussy. If you want to give it to me, cool. If not, then fair enough. You know what I'm saying? But I don't get mad at women if they don't want to sleep with me either. Like that ain't a part of my repertoire. How can I get mad with a woman because she didn't want to give me her pussy? It's her pussy. And it's my dick. It has to be agreed upon. I don't even think like that. I don't even have those kind of entitlements. If I was that nigga, she would have gave me the pussy. But for whatever reason, I'm not that nigga, at least on that night, in her mind. So I got to step my game up. That's how I think. I don't even be entitled to shit like that. If a woman think I'm that guy, if she think I'm him, she'll accommodate me. You know what I'm saying? She'll accommodate me. Period. That's how I think. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you got to think like that. I'm saying that's how I think. I don't feel entitled to a woman's pussy. You know what I mean? Nah, man, you don't put no pressure on no woman to fuck you, dog. Like, that's like my worst nightmare, like a woman doing something for me out of obligation. I want women around me that want to be there. So if it's only one woman throughout my whole life that want to be there, then that's who I'll be with. If it's 1,000 women, then that's who I'll be with. It don't matter to me. I don't want a woman to be with me based off of manipulation or based off of obligation or based off of fear. Me personally, I don't want that shit. Desperation. I want women around me that wants to be there, man. Period. Sometimes you gotta look a little harder, man. I don't want all that fear energy around me, man. That scared energy. Nah, man. That's why people start hating you. You know what I'm saying? Why you think a lot of these relationships between men and women turn so bad? Because they was together for the wrong reasons. If somebody want to be there, you will know. If they don't want to be there, it's going to show. Period, man. And, you know, a lot of these women is hard-headed as fuck these days. They hard-headed as hell. It seemed like a woman got to bust her head to the white meat to learn a lesson, dog. I'm like, damn. That's just something odd that I've noticed with a lot of women. Like, a lot of women, man, boy, they got to go through war to learn a lesson. I'm like, man, what the hell is wrong with y'all, man? Y'all don't get it? But it is what it is. I don't know, man. It's very odd to a nigga like me. It's just odd, dog. I'm like, shit. But I've met some women that you can talk to when they logical, you know what I mean? They sensible people. I be throwing punches in the air when the girl don't come stay at my crib. Well, you're gonna have a hard life. You're gonna have a hard life. I mean, yeah, it's disappointing when you want to sleep with a girl. It can be disappointing, but it shouldn't throw you off your mission. You know what I mean? If a girl like you, she gonna sleep with you. Whether she sleep with you on the first date or she sleep with you in 30 days, she gonna sleep with you. Or 60 days. She gonna sleep with you if she like you. So why trip? It's gonna happen when it's supposed to happen. Divine time, baby. A lot of times, man, situations be fucked up because we try to force it. You know what I mean? I don't want no woman to sleep with me out of fear. Hell no. That's how niggas be getting caught up with women. I don't want no woman to sleep with me out of fear, dog. Nah, dog. Just being honest. I want a woman to sleep with me based on, you know, the fact that she want to. If I'm in the middle of having sex with a woman, it might sound crazy. She tell me to stop, I'll stop. I'll stop. Period. I'm not saying that it's easy, and that's probably a stupid thing for a woman to do, but for me, I'll stop. You know what I'm saying? It's that simple. I probably will never sleep with that same woman again because she's probably mentally unstable. But if a woman, if I'm sleeping with a woman and she tell me to stop, I'll stop. You dig? Period. But after that, we done. After that, we done. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't about to go through that more than once. I'm just keeping it a buck, man. So, you know, alpha males, dog, it's really what's in your heart, man. It's really within your spirit. A lot of dudes can get a lot of women, but they bitches, they pussy. You know what I'm saying? They not leaders, man. You know what I mean? They busters. Essentially, man. You know what I mean? But they just learn how to speak the language of women and shit. You know what I mean? They learn how to turn a woman on. You know? Shit ain't rocket science, man. But I don't too much get caught up on all that alpha male shit and all that. You know what I'm saying? Because for me, man, my criteria is a lot different. So if being an alpha male is based on how much pussy you get from women or how much the women like you, what's going to happen if you go through a season and you gain 200 pounds? Let's say you was 180 pounds and women loved you. Let's say you blew up to 290 or 300 pounds. Now the women are disgusted by you. It was not as many women that was liking you before. Are you not an alpha male at that point? I thought you was an alpha male. So it's like, come on, dog. Miss me with that shit. Sometimes it's just your season. Sometimes it's not your season. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's not your season. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Life comes in seasons, man. The object is to have more good seasons than bad seasons. Period. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, man, like even in my life, there were times I looked up. I had 4 or 5 women on my team. Team strong. Golden State Warriors. Look up. I ain't got no damn women. I'm like, what the hell? They come in seasons, man. And all of them ain't rocking with me. I'm like, damn, you done lost your whole squad. It be like that, man. This shit come in seasons, bro. So ain't even nothing to trip about. I've been thinking about you. But the masculine and feminine has to come together, man. It has to be respect. It has to be in sync. It has to be in sync, man. But you don't have anything without respect. And as long as women keep looking at men as a giant ATM, and as long as men keep looking at women like one big pussy, it's not going to be in harmony. You know what I'm saying? Energy has to be in harmony in order for it to work and be conducive to anything. You know what I mean? For real. When the energy is not in harmony, you will have a bad situation, more likely than not. That's why the masculine energy has to be in harmony. The feminine energy has to be in harmony. Real talk. But you got to start with balanced people. Emotionally, spiritually balanced people first. Better people make better couples. Better couples make better communities. You got to start with the individual people. You got to start with the men. You got to start with the women. You got to get this thing back on track. You know what I'm saying? I would tell any man, every woman is not going to look like Nicole Murphy. Every woman is not going to look like Halle Berry. I would tell any woman, every man is not going to be a millionaire. Every man might not even make 80,000. What you going to do? Is he less of a man? Is she less of a woman? I'm telling you, man, I just like women, period. I'm telling you, I just like women, period, man. Just that feminine energy. It could be a fat girl on a treadmill. But if she's a feminine woman, I'm going to feel it. I'm going to pick up on the sensation and the vibration. You know what I'm saying? It could be a beautiful woman, but ain't feminine. She could be nasty, trifling, dirty. Fuck that. But she just look good. You can have that. I want the feminine woman. She might be a little chunky, but it's that feminine energy that can subdue my inner monster nature. You know what I mean? That could be inside me. You know what I'm saying? I like feminine energy, man. And it's not always going to be in a supermodel package. I'm being 100. It's not always going to be in a supermodel package. That energy not always going to look like an Instagram model, dog. I'm just being 100. Same thing with a man. A man is not always going to drive a very expensive car. He's not always going to have a $5,000 suit on, but he's still a man nonetheless. He's a dependable, responsible, sensible man that you've been praying for, but you walk past that man every day, don't you? Because you don't like the package. Just keep it real. We don't like the package our blessings come in. God been blessing a lot of us for years, but we reject the blessings. Like, damn. God been sending y'all Amazon packages before Amazon Prime, right to your doorstep. But we didn't like the packaging. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. And then a lot of us get caught up in some stupid shit. And then we want to blame the world. Nah, you got to look in the mirror, dog. You don't know what you need, you know, as far as what you need romantically from somebody or emotionally from somebody. You don't truly know until you come across it a lot of times. So you got to really have an open mind to things, man. Like, stop trying to force people to be what you want them to be. You got to accept people for who they are. You know what I'm saying? But you got to have an open mind, dog. I would tell that to any man. The woman that you may need, not the woman that you want, the woman that you might need in your life, as far as, you know, who you are and your makeup and what makes you tick and the things you like. You don't know what package that's going to come in, dog. She might not look like a Victoria's Secret model. She might not look like an Instagram model. But boy, does she make you happy. She'll get down there and rub your feet. She'll rub your shoulders when you tense. Her conversation is good. For real. When she come around, she just make you happy. She's very attentive. You can have an Instagram model looking bitch, that's horrible. That's just horrible. She goofy, not educated, a fucking airhead. You know what I'm saying? All she do was look in the mirror. You're like, damn, you don't even stimulate me mentally. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. A lot of times that shit be real. Like, over time, if a woman don't stimulate you mentally, your dick gonna stop getting hard for that woman. I guarantee it. I don't give a fuck how pretty she is. I don't give a fuck. Why you think these Kardashian chicks be getting ran through? Because once a man realizes, you know what, you're not even worthy of my respect, a nigga dick gonna stop getting hard. Especially a man that's on a higher vibration. You're like, damn, man, you're a beautiful woman, but you goofy, like you stupid. I mean, you basic mentally. Mentally, you basic. You know what I mean? You don't have any depth to you. I don't even want to talk to you half the time. You know what I mean? I don't even want to speak with you. What do we have to talk about today? You know what I'm saying? So, even a lot of things that Kevin Samuels was talking about, man, I disagree with that shit. Every man is not going to want a woman that's a size 2. Or even a size 3 or 4. Some niggas like big girls. But what I'm saying is, a man don't know what package the woman for him gonna come in. Like, a nigga can have an ideal in his mind, like, oh man, she gonna look like Halle Berry back in the day. But then kind of find out the woman that stimulates you mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, and keep your dick hard, she could be a size 6, size 7, I don't know. Or you know what I mean? She could just, you know, quote unquote, just look like a basic woman. She might not put on a lot of makeup. She might keep it all natural. You know what I mean? She might not wear her long ass nails. She might just paint her fingernails one color. Who knows? You don't know what package that's going to come in. You know what I mean? She might be a little chunky monkey. But it's all good because that's what you're happy with. Because you can live with that person. You can vibe with that person. I'm just being honest. You know what I mean? I'm just being 100. I would take the basic woman that know how to treat me and treat me good and took some time to understand me. Then I'll take the Instagram model that's goofy as fuck. You know what I mean? That's just my personal opinion. That's why I never really talked about women's looks on my channel a lot, because every nigga likes something different, bruh. I'm being 100. We all don't have the same taste. It could be, all of us can go to a restaurant, we might order something different on the menu. It's the same thing with women. We all like something different, bruh. You know what I mean? So, my thing is, be true to yourself, dog. Be true to yourself. You know what I mean? Just be true to yourself, bro. That's it. You know what I mean? That's all I can say about it. You like what you like, bro. Some women, through their personalities, I might like them skinny. Some women got the personalities, they a little chubby, they a little chunky monkey, but their personality fits them. Like Jill Scott, I couldn't even imagine Jill Scott skinny because of her personality. You know what I'm saying? It all depends. You know what I mean? It all depends. You just gotta have an open mind on this shit. Looks do fade. I don't know what you niggas gonna do when y'all figure out that looks fade. And that go for men and women. You know what I mean? Everything fades over time, dog. You know what I mean? So, is there anything else y'all got in common? Do y'all even like each other? It all depends on how you looking at somebody, though. If you're looking at somebody through a very low vibration, then yeah, you know, there's always going to be superficial shit. Because we're a very superficial society, but If you're looking at somebody through a higher vibration, through a different pair of lenses, then you'll be able to see some things in that person that the average person can't see, because it's truly about how they make you feel. You know what I mean? Like, some niggas just want a bad bitch on their arm because it gives them status or whatever. But then some niggas, they'll take the basic girl, but she make them feel good. To me, it's about a woman that make me feel good. Like, man, that shit be priceless, man. If you just sitting there and then your girl come, y'all might be watching TV, and she might just rub your feet or rub your leg or give you a little temple scalp massage. Scalpy time. That's what I used to call it, scalpy time. You know what I'm saying? She'll just rub your scalp. You know what I mean? Them moments be priceless, man. Or she'll clip your fingernails or something, man. That shit priceless, man. That shit be better than sex a lot of times, honestly. I ain't capping. That shit be better than sex, man. Like, any girl can open up their legs. I'm like, man, girl, keep that pussy. Scalpy time. You know what I mean? That's what I used to call it back in the day. Like, when my girl used to just rub my scalp, I used to call it scalpy time. I used to feel like a baby, like, oh shit, I've been waiting all day. I don't even want no pussy. I don't want no sex. Let's just do scalpy time for an hour. Keep the pussy. Keep that pussy. Scalpy time. That's what we call it. Scalpy time, when they just rub your scalp. You know what I mean? I don't know why women, man, think men are, like, all men ain't basic, dog. Like, all men ain't tripping on pussy, man. You know what I'm saying? All men ain't tripping on pussy like that. Pussy is good, don't get me wrong, but, man, if a woman could just rub my shoulders and just talk to me and shit, and you know, say something that's logical to me and make me laugh a little bit, man, that's a winner right there, nigga. We can fuck later. We can always fuck. But to find a woman that just make you feel good with our clothes on, man, you got yourself a winner, bruh. She can tell a joke, or she know how to check your temperature. You know what I'm saying? Scalpy time. She just rub your scalp or whatever. Man, that shit, man, you got yourself a winner, bruh. For real. No cap. And then if y'all can vibe on a sexual level, oh man, it's over. And then on top of all of that, if y'all can vibe on a sexual level, if y'all can get along, oh boy. Boy, you got yourself a winner there, my boy. I ain't capping. I ain't capping to you. You got yourself a winner, man. It's scalpy time. I ain't gonna lie, man. I used to have this one girl, man, because I had a couple ankle surgeries and shit in my life, man. Like, my right ankle is really fucking fucked up. But anyway, long story short, every time we would sit and watch a movie, dog, she would rub my ankle. She'll rub my foot for me. She'll rotate my ankle. Man, I got so used to that shit. We'll be 10 minutes into the movie. She'll get the rubbing on my foot and my ankle. I'll be knocked out. And she'll keep on rubbing it because she knew my shit was hurting. That shit used to bring a tear to my eye, man. I think about this shit to this day. Like, damn, I fucked that up. You know what I mean? Like, a nigga be really thinking in life, like, man, this is one girl that truly understood me. And she wasn't the prettiest girl in the world. She wasn't no dime piece. But you know what? It never was a day that went by that girl ain't make me feel good. I ain't capping. It wasn't one day that went by she didn't know how to make me feel good. And it didn't take much. It was the simple things. Scalpy time. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Whether it was sex or just intimacy. You dig? Whether it was sex or just intimacy, man. Like, some women just know how to get a temperature of a man. Some women don't. They don't know how to be feminine. I'm sorry. They need to go to class again to learn how to be feminine. Some women know the temperature of a man. And it's like, damn, bitch, I love your ass. Fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever been caught up in scalpy time with a woman, it just slip out like, bitch, I just love you. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Like, I've been holding this in for 90 days, bitch. I got to tell you, bitch, I just love you. Y'all pardon my language, but that's how real it be. You just got, bitch, I love you. You know what I mean? You tell them straight up, bitch, I love your ass. And those usually be the women we fuck it up with because we think the grass is greener. Real talk. And I've learned my lesson. We think the grass is greener on the other side. I'm like, damn. I had a woman that would rub my ankle for me every time because she understood how bad I was in pain. I fucked that up thinking the grass was greener. I'd be like, fuck, man, I regret that shit, man. But, you know, that's life, man. Scalpy time. You know what I'm saying? That's life, dog. I've been thinking about you. But that's just my advice, man. At the end of the day, man, you know, we got to start thinking like adults too, man. What you need ain't always going to come in the package that you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Real talk. What you need from somebody ain't always going to come in the package that you want. You know? And I had to learn that in life like a motherfucker. No cap and gown. Like, them be the best nights, man, when you could just watch a movie with, you know what I mean? Just watch a movie with a woman and y'all just have an intimate moment and y'all could just be skin to skin and just vibe. Ain't nobody on their phone. Ain't nobody, you know, focus on this and that. Y'all can just kick it. A lot of people be too distracted these days, man. They don't even know how to be intimate. You know what I'm saying? They don't. So, it just is what it is, man. It's a lot of women out here that niggas would consider basic that are feminine as hell. It's just an essence, it's an energy, it's a vibe. And it's a lot of beautiful women that are very masculine, that are nasty. You know what I'm saying? There's very nasty women. And I mean it in every sense of the word. They're just nasty, man. You dig? Hygiene. You know, all that shit, they're just nasty women. They not neat, you know. They don't keep they not organized. You know what I mean? They all over the place. They don't keep up with shit. They're very forgetful. You know, that's a nasty woman to me. That's a very nasty woman. You dig? And it is what it is. It's a very nasty ass woman right there. And it's very irritating, dog. But you just might have, just like a normal looking woman and shit, and she's very feminine. You gotta take your pick sometimes, man. You ain't gonna get everything in one package. The same way you're not everything in one package as a man. You're not everything in one package as a man. How the hell you think you're gonna get a woman that's everything in one package? You gotta be sensible, man. You know what I mean? If you're not everything in one package, you better be sensible. I'm just being 100. You're not everything. And I would tell the same thing to a woman. Like, girl, you ain't everything in one package. You check off 6 out of 10 boxes or 5 out of 10 boxes. You ain't everything. It's a lot of shit you lacking. So why are you trying to hold me to a standard? Fuck that. That's my thing. Fuck that. If you can do better, you would do better. You know what I mean? This is how I feel about it. A lot of women ain't nothing but pit stops for niggas anyway. A lot of women ain't nothing but pit stops. But I ain't even gonna get into that right now. If women truly knew the truth of their value, you know what I'm saying? It takes a particular woman to get a man to settle down It takes the right woman to get a man to do the right thing. A man has to want to do it. A lot of women just pit stops for a lot of niggas, man. That's it. Niggas put gallons of nut up inside them and send them back to the streets, and now they mad. Well, that's on you. I don't even feel bad for women no more, man. The only woman I feel bad for is the squares. Other than that, that's it, man. You wanted to play a game, you couldn't handle the shit. But anyway, I've been on here over an hour, man. Y'all be cool, man. We got a big fight tonight, man. We got Tank versus Rolly, man. You know, I might do a recap of the fight in the morning if it's a good one. You know what I mean? But I'm expecting a pretty good fight. So make sure y'all watch the fight tonight, man. The Nerve of You podcast, man. I'll be back on tomorrow afternoon, or tomorrow evening, rather. The Nerve of You podcast. And it's going down, man. The Nerve of You podcast, man. So make sure y'all subscribe. And that's just what it is, man. There was a good basketball game last night. Miami. That boy Jimmy Butler went off, man. I don't know. I thought it was going to be Boston and the Warriors. I spoke too soon. So we got a game 7. Hey, man. It's a good weekend for sports, man. Who I got for game 7, the Heat or the Celtics? I want to say whatever team is healthy. But honestly, dog, the Heat got home court advantage over the Celtics. Game 7. I'm going to go to Heat. I think Miami more desperate. Even though Miami banged up, I think Miami going into it with nothing to lose. They got all the momentum. Everybody counted out Miami. Everybody was saying it's going to be the Warriors and the Celtics in the finals. Everybody said it was going to be that. So I think the Miami Heat playing with house money. I think they can play a lot more free. There's going to be a lot of pressure on Boston. This is going to be a big game 7. So I'm going to go with the Miami Heat by 4 points. I don't think it's going to be no blowout either way. I think Miami going to edge them by about 4 points. You know what I mean? That boy Jimmy Butler went off. That motherfucker dropped 47 last night. But I think Miami playing with house money, bruh. I think they playing with house money. Everybody was saying it's going to be a good finals. Boston versus Golden State. Knowing damn well Boston didn't even beat Miami yet. And look what happened last night. And Miami played horrible last night. But Jimmy Butler, I mean, he had more than half their points. Be like that. So just imagine if Miami would have played a good game as a team. Kyle Lowry finally showed up. So I'm going to go with Boston, man. They playing with house money. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm going to go with Miami. They playing with house money. But if Boston win, because Boston is the better team, but Miami, they ain't got no pressure on them. Can Jason Tatum stand the pressure? Jason Tatum got to be the superstar that they say he is. Can he stand the pressure? That's my question. Now Jason Tatum got to step up and put his whole team on his back. So you know what? We a little injured. Game 7, we on the road. I got to be the superstar. This when Michael Jordan come alive. This when Allen Iverson, Kobe Bryant come alive. You know what I mean? This when Tim Duncan come alive. You dig? Real talk. No cap. This is when the great players come alive. This is when Isaiah Thomas come alive. This when Larry Bird came alive. So forth and so forth. This when Reggie Miller come alive. You know what I'm saying? It's game 7. You on the road. Can you be a superstar? We'll see. Jason Tatum ain't never had this much pressure on him. Ever. Because now he got to be that superstar everybody say he is. You know what I'm saying? He got to be the superstar. This is when Kobe Bryant be foaming at the mouth. Because he got a chance to show the world I'm the best player. You know what I mean? Real talk. This is when Hakeem Olajuwon goes off on David Robinson. Because I'm going to show everybody I'm the best center in the league. The great players show up when they need to, when they have to, when they expect it to. When all the lights was on Michael Jordan, he put on. It is what it is. This would separate the great players from the whack players. This would separate the legends from the average Joes. Can Jason Tatum step up and say, I'm him? That's what it come down to. I'm him. If he want it, he gonna go get it. In a game 7 this big, when it's time to go to the finals, dog, you gotta be selfish at times. You gotta take the ball, pause, and say, you know what? We're gonna win on my back and we're gonna lose on my back. That's what Kobe Bryant would do. I would rather lose the game shooting the ball 35 times than only shoot the ball 8 times and we lose. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that. Superstars come alive when it's time, baby. So this is going to be a good game 7. But like I say, all the pressure is on Boston because everybody in the world was already booking flights for Boston for the finals. They already was booking flights to Boston. And Miami said, fuck that. Man, honest. I think Miami got the better coach. It's going to be a physical game. Excuse me. But can Jason Tatum do what Jimmy Butler did last night and put the whole team on his back? That's what I'm looking for. If Jason Tatum can put his team on his back, he ain't even got to score 50. He ain't even got to score 40. He can score 28, give me 11 rebounds and 7 assists. I'd be happy with that. But if they lose the game, I'm going to say Jason Tatum ain't ready to be no superstar. Y'all remember a couple years ago when Kawhi Leonard put his team on his back up there in Toronto? That was one of the best playoff performances I ever seen, was Kawhi Leonard when he was in Toronto. I mean, that motherfucker went off, dog. And then he had some, KD got hurt. Klay Thompson got hurt. It was an open path to a championship. But the point was, fuck it happens. People get hurt. People get hurt. But Kawhi Leonard put that whole team on his back and said, I'm the one. It's probably like my favorite player whenever he playing. Kawhi Leonard make me sick because he could be the best player in the league, but he don't want it. He want to take 50 games off every year. This guy's crazy. Kawhi Leonard, my favorite player. I'm just a fundamental guy. I like footwork. I like guys that bang in the post. You know what I'm saying? I like fadeaways. I'm old school. I'm an old school nigga, man. Grab your lunch pail. I like guys with good footwork. That lets me know who work on their game and who don't. You know what I'm saying? If your footwork is immaculate, I know you've been in the gym. I know you've been in the gym. You know what I mean? For real. If LeBron James had better footwork, he'll be the most unstoppable guy in the world. But some people just can't, some people just ain't got it. LeBron James is already unstoppable, but just imagine if his footwork was a lot better. Kobe Bryant had immaculate footwork. You know what I'm saying? Not for nothing, even Shaquille O'Neal had good footwork. But he was so dominating, we didn't notice it. Tim Duncan had amazing footwork, etc., man. You can go down the list of guys, man. It's about your footwork, man. You know what I mean? Kevin McHale has some of the best footwork you ever gonna see. Yeah, I said it. Kevin McHale. Check his footwork. I'm telling you, bro. If you got good footwork, you be a monster in the NBA, man. Because a lot of times it come down to the fundamentals. You ain't always going to be the strongest guy. Like Russell Westbrook has horrible footwork. He only know one speed. That's why can't nobody play with him. Russell Westbrook only know one speed. And his footwork is horrendous. And he can't shoot the ball either. So he got a lot of things breaking against him. You can be the best athlete in the world, but if your footwork ain't supreme, you're going to have a hard time. Everybody ain't got it, bruh. Russell Westbrook is horrible at his footwork. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So I'm a fundamentals guy, man. I like the fundamentals. Dwight Howard never learned footwork. And that takes skill, man. That takes hours and hours in the gym. That takes hours and hours and hours in the gym. You know? Joel Embiid has amazing footwork. I think he plays soccer or some shit too. Joel Embiid has amazing footwork, bro. I can go down a list of dudes when they come to my mind. Everybody don't have it, man. Everybody don't have it. Being honest, man. I'm a footwork guy, man. Your footwork is good. Chris Webber had good footwork. Grant Hill. I can go down, man. But anyway, I'm out, man. I could talk basketball all day. But we'll see. You know what I'm saying? I think Miami going to edge this game, though. Y'all keep it cool. I'm out, man.